Well, I think Iran is a bit of an extreme example of what it looks like to grow in the face of opposition. And I think it's a lesson for us in our own personal Christian walks as well, that, unless we face some kind of opposition, then in our own personal walk, the health of our faith is in question. We have to be pushing up against something for our spiritual muscles to be stronger and to grow. And really, Iran is an example of what that looks like in an extreme setup where there is so much opposition that you're either in or you're out. There's no lukewarm Christianity. People know right from the beginning that if they are going to give themselves to the Lord, it's going to cost them. But they want it because they have tasted it. They've tasted the goodness and power of kindness of Christ, and they want to follow him. And right from day one, they know that could cost them their lives. So there's this intensity and passion and commitment to Jesus that is unavoidable in that scenario, and that's why the church is growing so healthily in Iran.
So how is it that Transform Iran really comes alongside of the church and provides help and encouragement for the believers?
Yeah,
there?
So we do that in many different ways. First of all, we do a lot of evangelism using media. Some of that supports what the Christians are already doing in the country, and a lot of it is giving answers to Iranian seekers who have experienced something of Christ but don't know what that means. And so they want to answers. A lot of people in Iran will have had an encounter with Jesus, a dream, a vision, a healing, and they don't yet know that he's God, but they know they love him, they know how he makes them feel, and they want to learn who he is. So they go searching for truth, and that's where it's really important that we're there and present. So we provide a lot of digital evangelism through satellite TV, radio, social media, websites, so the seekers can find the truth. And then we support them through their early growth. So we have a digital church network that will grow, draw 10, 20, 30,000 believers a month in connection to Christian family. They worship with us, they pray with us. There are small Zoom rooms throughout the week where they can have personal connection with other believers. They're discipled one-to-one, and they grow in their faith through this digital connection.
Lana Silk joining us today here on the Meeting House on Faith Radio, CEO of the ministry Transform Iran. This is the Meeting House here on Faith Radio. Well, as we continue really to take our listeners inside Iran and the ministry that you have, you talk about the digital, I guess you might say, footprint of what Transform Iran does. Tell me, if you would, about really the availability. Are people pretty free to find this material? Is it relatively accessible?
It's illegal.
Okay.
So, this goes back to the idea of cost, that even at the point of seeking, Iranians know they're breaking laws and looking for an alternative to Islam. But they are ever Islam. They've had it force-fed to them for almost 50 years now, and they know the fruit of Islam in their country, and they want something different. So in that pursuit, they have ways to get around the government barriers. They use different tools and software to access media from outside the country. And so we're playing this constant cat and mouse game with the government, making sure that the information that we're providing the Iranians is accessible to them, and we're very good security measures, because the government is constantly trying to hack our systems and bring us down so people can't access it. So it's a technical game.